Right, guys, welcome to another segment of Home Truth Nigeria. Today, we will be concluding with the series we've been running for the past uh, few weeks on the different types of Nigerian men. This is the part four and the concluding part. And as I did mention last week, we will be looking at the man child or the man child. So, this is a concluding part of the series. So, if you have not really or fully watched the series, I would urge you to go back and watch the part one, two, three, and then you could meet us in the final concluding part on the different types of Nigerian men. So today we're talking about the man child. So when I say the man child, who is exactly the man child and what does it stand for? So basically, the man child is a man who has refused to grow up in his ideology, character, and way of reasoning. So he's basically sometimes a boy in a man's body. A boy in a man's body. Yes. So I would like us today, just as we've done in all other videos, to look basically on the pros and cons of dating or being with the man child, or should I say, the advantage and disadvantages of being with the man child. So, one important pros about being with a man child is that they are always fun to be with. They're always fun to be with. When they're around you, they make you feel so relaxed, happy. You feel this burst of energy. You're rejuvenated. They bring smile in your face. They just find a way to make you happy. They find a way to turn your sad or depressed mood into some kind of like happy mood because they basically do this so as to kind of like make you feel comfortable around them, so that they would do anything just to make you happy and feel comfortable around them. Another important thing about the man child is that they make you feel really special. The man child is very, very good making you feel special. They make some of these romantic gestures towards you that probably in your lifetime you've never received from any man. They try to make you feel like they are so much fixated on you, they are so much focused on you. You could see them using your pictures as their profile picture or something in their phone, or 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 something just to make you feel uh really, really special. They understand that the key in winning your heart is to make you feel so special. And unfortunately for the Western ladies, one thing Nigerian men are very, very good at is they know what the Western women want. So they know what the Western women want. So they come prepared to give them that thing they want. Another important pros for the man child is that they satisfy your desire. Contrary to most opinion, that the man child is not interested in your sensual desires and stuff. That's basically not true. The man child does everything possible to make you feel like you with a real man, you with some man who will make you feel so special and important. And they do this by in every way trying to satisfy your urge. He knows that to satisfy you and to make you feel satisfied is it's a goal for him to win in your heart, and at the long run getting whatever thing he needs to get from you. So he takes that as kind of like it takes that as a chore for a reward later on. So these are the few pros I want to talk, or I've talked today on the man chart. There's not much to talk about the man chart. I don't know what other advantages they do have in terms of dating. However, let's look at the cons. Let's look at the disadvantage reported from what I've seen, heard, and also from other ladies who have dated men like this. So, what are the cons? So, one thing you need to understand is that they are very lazy and unproductive. They are very lazy and unproductive in anything they do. You can find this trait in their life. You could see that most man child can't keep a job, or if they start a job, the next thing they're out of a job, or basically they don't just want to work. They rather want to live off you. They rather want you, to support their lifestyle. So they try as much as possible to treat you this special so that they win your trusts, and then you could basically support their lifestyle. Another thing also they try to make you feel is that sometimes they give you the assumption like they are doing something very important, or they're doing something that on the long run would fetch this huge amount of money. Meanwhile, if you do your thorough analysis on what they are doing, you see that they are doing absolutely nothing. When you're with a man child, it's a period of wastefulness. Nothing productive comes out of it. Additionally, the cons, the man child avoids responsibility. Most man child, they try as much as possible to avoid responsibility. They don't want to be responsible for anything. They avoid anything that has to do with responsibility. If you're in a relationship with them, they don't provide nothing. They don't bring no food to the table. They don't care about where you live. They rather would come live with you. They provide nothing. They basically are always broke. They are always broke. They have nothing whatsoever to account for. And this kind of like sometimes you find them, they want to be alone, like they want to be left alone just so they could do their thing. And when they need you, they would basically come to you to get whatever they want to get from you, and then they will disappear for a while, and then they come back to you to get what they want to get from you, because they, in as much as they try to portray themselves to be responsible, they basically avoid they basically avoid responsibilities. Even when you live with them, they avoid anything as regards keeping the house clean, doing dishes, or even cooking or running errands in the house. You will find these traits mostly when you are with a man child. Additionally, you would see that they are pathological liars. Most man child are pathological liars. They will lie their way to get anything. They would lie their way to love you. They will lie their way for you to love them. They will lie their way to get anything from you. They are pathological liars. And most ladies who have dated or had anything to do with them, they always discover that along the line, they've been told lies. Lying is the second nature of the man child. Most things they tell you from the beginning of the relationship, or from the beginning when they meet you, if you take your time and do your due diligence to investigate them, you discover that you've been told a lie from the beginning. They are experts in telling lies. Nothing that comes out from their mouths is true. They would fabricate, mold, and build up stories just to get to you. Another account is that you will be financially drained, or you will be drained financially. When you date a man child, be prepared to spend, because he will one way or the other make you spend your hard cash on him. He will expect you to pay for his house rent or rent, because he will give you the idea of him needing to stay alone, so that whenever you visit, you will both have this privacy of staying together, unlike staying with family or parents or uncle or stuff like that. So sometimes they may not outrightly come up to you to say to pay their loan. They may come to you to ask pay their rent. They may come to you to basically like ask for loan so they could pay their rent. This loan, they have no plans of paying this loan, not in the nearest future. Additionally, you could also see them demanding for expensive phones for you from you, asking you to buy them phones so they could have better access to you, so you guys could chat and telephone more often, so you could keep in touch and grow your relationship all the more. Also, he would expect you to bankroll or fund his lavish lifestyle. One thing about this man child men is that they really love to look nice, they really love to look expensive, they really love to look fly. So they will try to nick every penny from you, so they could basically look all good. And they would also be on your neck, to gift them things, to spoil them, with expensive things, things to make them appear, easy and nice on the eyes. They're very, 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 very good at it. And most ladies who have dated this kind of men would always tell you that by the time they leave the relationship, they see that they've spent lots and lots of money. A typical example of a Nigerian man child is Usman from 90 Days Fiance. So if you've not watched 90 Days Fiance, I would ask that you go watch 90 Days Fiance. Usman Soldier Boy is a typical example of a man child. Men like this, they actually feel that they are God's blessing, to women. They feel like dating you is a favor, and basically if they are dating you, you are supposed to bankroll their lifestyle. So I will advise ladies, as I've always done at the end of every video, you know, to avoid this kind of guys. I don't know, for whatever reason, ladies from the western part of the world seem to be attracted to this kind of guys the more. I could tell you from the four different kind of men I have treated in these videos, ladies coming from the western world are more attracted to this kind of man compared to the traditional man, the modern Nigerian man, or the religious Nigerian man. Ladies coming from the western part of the world are more attracted to these men. I can understand, because these men, they spend their time to study, understand your nomenclature, and then when they speak to you, they tell you the things you want to hear. So if you're a lady and you notice some of this affirmation trait I've listed in this video about this man chart, I would advise you to carefully and tactfully, excuse yourself from this relationship. One way you can do this is to basically avoid calling them. You know, they make you get so much addicted to them by the way they treat you, that even when they stop treating you that way, you're so much addicted to them that you just want to call them, you just want to respond to them. And oftentimes you think it's love. It's not love, it's deception. They come in such a way whereby at the beginning, at the early phase of the relationship, they spend so much time to make you feel like you're the queen and you're on top of the world. As soon as they capture your heart, as soon as they get your heart, they will just withdraw. Now they leave you to play catch up, they leave you to call them, to write them. And when you put yourself in this position, they start extorting things from you, financially or otherwise. So I always advise ladies, try as much as possible, don't call them. If possible, block their number, delete their number, and stay clear from them. It's the best way to avoid this, guys, because the moment they get you, they will not leave you until you make a drastic decision of either blocking them, deleting their number. If possible, throw away your phone that has their contacts, get another phone so you could actually, get rid of them. So I like to, use this medium to say the series on the different types of Nigerian men successfully ended. And I would advise ladies, generally, whenever you meet a Nigerian man, be it religious, traditional, modern Nigerian man, I would always advise you to take your time and know the man you are talking to. Listen, take your time to know the man you're talking to. Don't be in a hurry. There is no rush. Just take your time, understand his character, understand his ideology, understand what he says, ask him questions, do your background check. Just take as much time you need, so before you go into this relationship, so that by the time you decide to take the next step into the relationship or commit yourself into a relationship, then you would know that you've done every necessary thing needed to be sure that you're on the right step or on the right place. So my next video, hopefully next year, January, first week of January, hopefully, I will be talking about what to do before visiting your guy in Nigeria. So there are a lot of ladies who have written me asking me questions about what they should know before they visit their um, man in Nigeria, because along the line they've met one man online in Nigeria and they're planning on visiting them. Some want to visit uh, next year, early next year, middle next year. So my next video, I'll be talking about the few things you should do before visiting your guy in Nigeria. So I would like to say thank you guys. Thank you very much for your patience. I was really rushing to finish this series before the year comes to an end. I felt it would be better that the series ends as the year ends, and then we could go into something new and different with the new year. So again, if you have questions or you really want to know anything, please contact me on hometruth86 at gmail.com. Hometruth86 at gmail.com. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I wish you all a lovely new year. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for your time. Peace out. Home Truth, Niger.